What up, Spooky Tuesday?
Hey, what's up, Violet George?
Not too much. Just came over to the Bender Boys Domination Station to present some further domination.
Yeah, so shit, you've been killing it today.
I think we've been killing it lately. I was very happy when I looked at our fucking stream log yesterday, and it was like fucking Blake went for a while yesterday, Destroyer went for a while, Scotty went for a while, Chad went live. I thought that shit was dope.
Yeah, yeah, maybe Chad will be able to do his cooking thing again sometime.
Yeah, I know it sucked. I felt bad. Him and Blake went live, dude, at the exact same time.
Yeah,
I,
it
I,
showed up on my phone as like two notifications, both from the same channel. I was like, how is that even possible? Like,
right.
look, there's two live streams. I was like, wow, that's weird.
I tried to tell Blake, I was like, bro, will you end your stream or whatever? But he wasn't having it.
Oh,
Well, I don't think he was reading the chat, but I mean, it is what it is.
yeah,
But yeah, I think this channel's been killing it. It's been getting a lot of fucking pumping out a lot of content. People have been watching the shit, which is cool.
yeah. I seem to be getting a lot of positive response from the, kind of our community.
Yeah, and then even like when we're doing fuck shit on the channel, people still like it.
Yep,
So it's
yep,
like,
yeah. I think the plan is working.
yeah. Even if we're out here burning merch or whatever, people like it.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I saw that thumbnail for the first time today. That's awesome.
Yeah, KJ went back and he's been making a bunch of thumbnails for us, so our shit looks a little bit better. Which that
Yeah,
dominates.
yeah. I didn't know who made it. I just thought it looked good.
Right? Because I suck at doing like digital artwork and shit. So
I like the one he made for your scooter stream.
oh yeah, that shit was funny. He sent that to me in a text message the other day, and I was fucking cracking up, man.
So
Yeah.
is it just you, me, and KJ? I don't see anyone else in the chat, but maybe mine's not updated.
On mine it says four people are watching.
Oh, okay.
I guess Juggalo John is helping with the thumbnails as well. So Juggalo John's the shit, man. He's been making artwork for us for a while, and a lot of us use a lot of the stuff that he makes, and I think that's the shit.
Yeah, yeah. I've definitely seen a lot of the pictures that he's made before.
Right. He's always killing it, man. So I guess yeah. I don't know. I know KJ logged in and posted them. I guess I really don't know who made them.
Uh huh.
So I think that's the shit though. It's like even if people aren't streaming, they still like contribute to like fucking doing other stuff. I think that's the shit.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it'd be cool to have like I love the streaming stuff. It's a fun hangout. A lot of people get to participate with the chat involved, which is awesome.
Right. It gives a lot of people a platform that they may not have had previously.
Uh huh.
Or even just an opportunity to like talk to people because a lot of times I feel like I get trapped up like stuck at my house or whatever. And then like you get to go with the internet and you get to talk to 100 people or whatever, and that's the shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's fun that we have like such a variety of locations. From coast to coast, from north to the south, Blake in Canada.
Right, and hopefully the channel keeps growing and more people want to fucking hop on it. Like I've been telling everyone, like, dude, just you don't have to take your like podcast or whatever here, but just do a live stream. You know what I'm saying? So click live
Yeah,
and fuck with it. Like
yeah.
that's the shit. Like Destroyer has been doing a stream. Streams every day,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
like
he's been real consistent with the content. I think it's great to have Carnival Spirits over here. You know, while they're uh, temporary, need a location to do their stream. But you know, I think it'd be cool if people that already have channels like do something different over here. You know, like whatever they normally do is what they do on their channel, but maybe just come over here and do a hangout or like show off something like Chad doing his recipes or whatever it is.
right, and that's what I was trying to like spit to people. It's like Kyle came over that one time and did a like that sports show or whatever, and like it's like that's the type of shit I was talking about. It's like, yo, it's like do something different from your own show. Like come over here, do whatever you want. I know you want to talk about other shit other than just whatever your podcast is based on.
Yeah. Yep. So we could. I liked. I think it was in Discord. I saw an idea for like doing a debate show like between two albums.
Oh yeah, well Scotty did a lot of that last night.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. He was getting all upset because they didn't like the Tempest.
yeah, right, because Found dominates Tempest, dude,
Yeah.
and that's like personally, I think that's two shitty albums. Like you know what I mean? Like comparing them, but that is what it is. It'd be like
Action.
it'd
And
be like
then as far as like the new deck goes, like Lost and Found is that's my least favorite portion of the new deck.
yeah, I would agree. Like I said, my three favorite from the second deck in that chat last night, and I think it would go fucking Fearless Fred, Bang Pow Boom, and then the Death Pop.
Yep, that'd be my exact order also.
Right, and then I guess if I had to do the other ones, it'd be Lost, or no, it'd be Found and then Lost. I guess I thought Lost was trash, honestly. Well, I thought they both were kind of trash, but I do think
That
Found is better than the Tempest.
the new deck I thought started off great. I know it's a not the most. I love Bang Pow Boom. Mighty Death Pop was all right, and
I
then
don't
the
think it.
Tempest. Uh, then the Tempest Dominator Lost and was just okay. I excited and impressed and happy with Fearless Red Fury.
Yeah. I haven't really heard too many people complain about it, other than like people who already were complaining before it came out. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Like people like, oh, ICP's doing a new album or whatever, and then it comes out and they're like, oh, this is trash.
Man, I'll tell you what
Uh,
made me kind of sad this past year is I ran into a lot of people with psychopathic tats. You know, like the Hatchet Man, ICP logos, the clown faces, whatever it is. I ran into a lot of people with the tats, and I was like, man, what'd you think of the new album? And they're just like, what? Like the new ICP album? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just like they didn't even know it existed. It was just like, man, I can't believe you'd be so excited to put that tattoo on your hand, but like you don't even fucking listen to the music anymore. It's fucking weird to me.
right, it's something you literally have to look at every fucking day, and then like you're not curious enough to like even see what they're doing. Like to get something tattooed on you, man. I mean, at least I would think that you have to like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a couple tattoos I regret, but like I recognize how important it was to me at the time. I guess
Right,
people
and
grow out of it. I don't know.
I'm sure you still get bored and see what the fuck is going on with whatever your tattoo would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any music related tattoos because my theory was that if I started going down the like music tattoos road, I'd have a full bodysuit of like band logos.
You have 200 Smashing Pumpkins tattoos.
Yeah, yeah. I you ever seen that pictures of that one guy? He's in the Lemmy documentary, like but he's like covered in Motorhead tattoos.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that. Uh, Lemmy had a documentary that was on Netflix, right?
I don't know if it was on Netflix, but there's the best documentary about him is just called Lemmy. You can actually
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it on YouTube.
yeah. That was the one I watched. They really focused on that bar that he used to go and sit and drink at all the time.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely mentioned that the rainbow. Uh huh.
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to it. Like, I'm not the biggest Motorhead fan, but I did watch it.
So I think I'm a bigger fan of Lemmy as a person than Motorhead the band, even though I do like Motorhead a lot. And the reason why I like Lemmy so much is because there's only a few people, at least public people, that truly live by the idea that like they do what they want to do and they don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks. And like it's easy to say that. Like I'd love to be able to say honestly that like I don't care what other people think, and like for the most part I don't, but that's not true. Like I do care what some people think, and I try to carry
Of course.
myself in a way that people wouldn't look down upon me.
Yeah, I do think that he did live that life where he didn't give a fuck. He just sat around all day drinking Jack Daniels, wearing bullet belts.
Yeah, yeah. Like I love strippers and uh, just getting high and having a good time and playing music and traveling and like his whole life was just based on like what he felt like doing at that moment.
Right, doing fast drugs. Evil, we can't hear you, my dude.
Well,
I wonder,
hopefully he'll come
what do you
back.
think? Yeah, yeah, he should. What do you think of Shanzi thinks about Motorhead?
Oh, I have no idea, man. I never know what Shanzi's gonna say. Depends on how he's had.
He always like throws a wrench into like what you think he's gonna say. Like
Yep.
earlier when he was saying Beverly Hills dominates Terror Wheel, I didn't think he was gonna fucking say that, and then boom, he put that out there like that. I was like, all right, dude, that shit dominates, man. I think he's really been dropping facts really hard this last 24 hours.
On the stream, you mean?
Yeah, like with Scotty's stream, and then on that stream I just did, he was like dropping hard facts too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, on the music one, I wasn't really looking at the chat at all. I was just listening.
Yeah. Oh, Shanti was dominating in there.
Yo, so I just walked in the conversation. Have you guys ever seen Motorhead live before?
I haven't. Have you, Tuesday?
He cut out completely. I can't hear Evil anymore.
Have you ever seen Motorhead live before?
I'm sorry. I don't know if it's just my connection, but I just can't hear him at all.
Are
I
you on
can.
your phone? Because
I
it could be.
I can hear you, Evil.
Let me drop come back and see if that makes it better.
Same shit happens to me, dude. When new people join, I always gotta fucking rejoin and shit. Either way, Motorhead was awesome live. I've seen him a bunch of times, but I agree. Like Lemmy as a person almost overshadows their music to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I was never really too into them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I would hear like their fucking popular songs or whatever, like Ace of Spades or whatever, but I was never.
Right.
I never bought their album or anything, you know.
Well, that's a whole nother thing to me. It's like Ace of Spades is the shit, but they have so much more
Right.
to offer, you know.
Right. I don't know. I just like I personally never felt like
Fucking overkill. Yeah.
right. I never went out of my way to listen to them.
Oh, good, man. But yeah, the Rainbow Bar and Grill, man. It's legitimately next door to the Roxy in LA. And that's a dope little venue to see shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And
On
then
the Sunset Strip. It's legitimately next door. They're next door to each other.
it's so fucked up. Like think about California, like how big of a state that is.
Yeah, it's a big state, and you know, it has its fucking pluses and minuses, if you will. You know.
There's like such a different like area of terrain there, you know. Like you could be out in the mountains, or you could be in like a brutal desert. You know?
Right. No, or you could be at the fucking beach for real.
Right.
All we don't have over here, knock on fucking wood, is pretty much tornadoes, hurricanes, and well, no, we do get snow. It just depends on where you're at. So,
Right. Because they have a bunch of
in the
like ski resorts.
in the fucking Bay Area, dude, it's actually snowed once or twice in the past fucking 30 years, maybe a handful of times, but yeah, if you want snow, you go up to like Big Bear or Lake Tahoe or something like that, you know.
Right. And then why would you fucking want to do that anyways?
Well, the thing is, it's a novelty for us
Yeah.
Californians. You know,
Right.
it's like you go visit whoever, and you don't have to shovel snow. You don't have to put on snowshoes and fall fucking 18 feet down when you hit the wrong fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like the snow is a bitch to
Oh,
actually live in all the time, but I do love the snow, man.
I mean, I like it when I don't have to shovel,
Either way.
and then like driving in the snow is fun to me, but not when like there's a bunch of traffic and shit, you know?
Well, yeah, definitely. Traffic is our one of our biggest problems, and it's not getting any better, you know. But it is what it is. It's pretty much like if there wasn't Bay Area traffic, I could get somewhere I need to go in like 30 minutes. But since there is, it's usually about an hour 15, depending on what day it is, you know.
Is it always like that, or is it just certain times?
It's not always like that, but I will say if you live in like SoCal, Los Angeles area, it's probably always like that nonstop. The Bay
Yeah,
Area is a hit and miss, you know.
right. Because like we have constant bumper to bumper traffic, but usually
Yeah.
that's
Well,
like
another thing is like, you know, they do the fast track lanes where you fucking have the fast track thing and you pay for it. Well, honestly, like that's all well and good, but all you're doing is just giving money to the state while it makes the other lanes slower, you know? I don't know.
right. Yeah, we don't have shit like that in Detroit.
Fucking
We have
stupid.
express lanes, but that's just like a part of the freeway or the highway or whatever you want to call it.
Or the either way.
Yeah. The either way that is it's
You
like
know myself.
it's a separated part, so it's like if you don't have to get off at an exit,
Oh
you
shit,
still
I gotta change my picture, don't I?
yeah. Mr. Macho Man.
It definitely wasn't me last night, Miss Elizabeth. It wasn't me.
Because I'm the Undertaker, and you will rest in peace. Yeah, that's brutal. Ninja with a Pencil said 9 to 12 months out of the year it's covered in snow there.
Ah, yeah.
It's like that probably like 4 or 5 months in Michigan.
I don't know where he's at,
Somewhere,
but
I know he lives in Canada. I don't know like how north.
oh yeah, well that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know how north in the country he lives. But like,
You guys like my picture or what? Put a one in the chat if you like my Big Will Miller low life picture.
yeah. Here, I'll drop a one for you. But like when I've been to Canada before, like in BC, and like in their summertime, like it's beautiful there.
You know, I'm in that marijuana cannabis, I should say, industry, and it's like back in the day it was all about BC buds, but I don't know, dude. The growing, what it takes to grow over here is just so much easier and so much easier to cultivate than in a lot of places. I
Right.
assume that Canada has some. I mean, I know they have some really dank buds, but it's like it's so fucking cold over there all the time. You got to do it indoor or nothing, pretty much.
When I was there, that was like when I used to smoke weed a lot, and like I didn't notice a difference at all between like their BC dank buds. Like I didn't notice a difference between
Well,
that and our medical weed, which is like all we were smoking. You know.
I feel you. I'm kind of thinking about like back to maybe some sort of 96, 97, 98
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
where
yeah.
you would pick up a High Times magazine and they would glorify the fuck out of Canada for growing some badass fucking plants, you know? And I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
it's
I
still this
think
way, but you know, we got Mendocino, we got fucking Humboldt County out here. So we're good, you know.
yeah, like that. That's what I was saying. Is like, I think it might have been prime, like back in the day. But like when I went there, like we had our medical shit in Michigan got passed in '09. So like fucking,
Ours
uh,
was those. Well, yeah, ours was 96 over here, but I couldn't even get my card till like I was fucking 18 or something.
right. So it's
Oh
like,
four.
so it was like the black market, if you want to even call it that, was so flooded with like medical weed to.
Probably, yeah, somewhat of a gray market, you know.
Right, right. So it's like we were only smoking like the dank fucking nugs, you know?
Hey man, that's literally what a lot of the cannabis companies, I will say, I'm not going to say their names, but that I've worked for, delivery wise or packaging, whatever. It's literally been gray area for so long. But it's stupid because in '96, everyone's like, "Oh, Cali's legal." It's like, no, not quite. You know?
Right. It really didn't get like that until what, like a few years ago, where like anyone
Yeah.
above the age of
Um.
21 could just go to the store or whatever.
Well, we have the medicinal law now, which is pretty much if you want to get a fucking sack, you can fucking hit up a dispensary that delivers, and they'll just ask you for driver's license proof and like name and address, and you're good to go. But I
Well,
couldn't imagine that shit growing up. I really couldn't. Like, I thought that
right.
shit would never happen. Like, weed was like, you know, seriously, everyone's like schedule one. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure weed is as bad as fucking heroin or something. Whatever.
Right, right. Or someone fucking shooting meth or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Like, for real though. Okay. Sorry. The only thing I've ever done terrible when I was super high was maybe raid the refrigerator, and say some dumb jokes and pass out. Like, actually harmless.
Right.
I
That's
have this. Oh, go ahead.
um complete legalization to like where they're selling it in stores now just got passed in Michigan in November, I think.
Yeah.
But I I was thinking about going to a store to try and buy some one day, but I didn't even fucking feel like going through the hassle.
Well, another thing is it's like they have been selling CBD gummies like at gas stations right across the street. They even sell nangs there. You know, like straight up, you can get a box of like 50 nangs across the street from me anytime you want, and
Right.
CBD gummies. But you know, it's like it's a different thing when there's THC in it. But I don't know, dude.
Yeah, yeah, they sell CBD everywhere in Michigan. It's been like that for a while,
Right.
but I think it's like they're selling THC now.
Well,
But
here's my view. Period. Point blank on drugs and the whole drug war. Fuck it, dude. Make everything legal. Hey, you know what? If you know, I'm sorry, like, okay, maybe something like fentanyl shouldn't be legal, but like for the most part, drugs should just be legal. You should be able to police yourself because how many people fucking I'm not going to go into a rant, but how many people die and kill other people when they're just drunk? And you can
Right.
go ahead and buy that anytime. If I
Oh,
was
and
dropping acid or if I was doing shrooms or whatever, you know, and also shrooms are legal here in Oakland now for some reason, which is cool. But, or fuck it, dude, doing some piles, like, if I'm not adult enough to fucking figure it out, then that's on me. I mean, it's a shitty thing to say, but at the same time, like, come on, dude. Like, the war on drugs has been a bust since the Reagan era. You know what I mean?
yeah, I would agree. It's a giant waste of fucking tax money. Like,
Dude, because people are going to get what they're going to get anyway.
right. Regardless, it's like you can confiscate as much as you want to of whatever, but it's still going to go on.
You know how many ninjas are actually in prison right now for just pushing weight of fucking marijuana? Like,
Oh
like,
yeah, of
like,
course. And
like,
like that's too a giant reason of like why they don't want to legalize it everywhere.
and what do they ask you the first time you go into jail? What do they ask you? Oh, you know, what did you do to get in here? Yo, I fucking murdered someone. Yo, I assaulted someone. Yo, I fucking did this or that. What did you do? Oh, I sold some weed.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, boo this man. Boo. Like, straight up.
They found a seed in my car. You
Yeah,
know,
they found a seed that's intent to distribute.
right.
Like, fuck off, dude.
A straight felony charge.
Your eyes look a little glossy. Seems like you were moving erratically. Yeah, I was rocking the fuck out to some Pink Floyd. Like, sorry. Like, you know what I mean? I've said that to cops before. They pulled me over when I was just strictly high, nothing else. Oh, you're moving erratically and you're doing this and that. And I was like, yeah, dude, my favorite song happened to come on the radio. It's legitimately what I told them. And the cops, she was cool enough. She let me go. But, you know, and a lot of different areas, they're going to fucking write you up for that shit, you know?
Right, of course, and then fucking literally give you the book, you know.
Hey, I've had them say, I smell marijuana back when I didn't even smoke weed. And there's been times I've taken breaks too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I smell something. It smells like a skunk. I was like, oh, maybe I didn't clean my car. And then they're like, what's that baggie down there? I'm like, oh, this? I pull it up. There's like a couple peanuts and a few raisins in there. I was like, yeah, I was eating trail mix out of this bag. But if you want to examine it, you can. I've made cops feel so stupid like more than once, man. You know?
Oh, of course.
Oh, man, you must be getting high because there's a baggie in your car. Like, dude.
I think
Okay.
that
Smell it. It's gonna smell like fucking peanuts and fucking grapes.
Oh, of course. I think like anytime they pull someone over, they're like expecting the worst and like fucking hoping for that. So like,
Well,
it can be
and
their big
I
day at the
understand
office.
that, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you straight up. This is the one time I had the wackest thing a cop has ever said to me. Legit, right? So when I worked at Guitar Center, I would go on a break, drive up the street, and it was like by an entrance to a park that I used to go to, right?
Right.
So I'd get my lunch, drive up the street. Now one day, dude, like I was wrong, like sure, whatever, but I had a fucking beer in the car, right? And I happened to have in my pocket a fucking it's like a Ziploc bag with it was like a joint, but it's a pinner. It's probably a roach, like not even a bowl, right?
Right.
So sure enough, a cop pulls up behind me and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Just eating my lunch and whatever." He's like, "What is that?" I was like, "You know what? Yeah, that's a beer." And he's like, "I smell something." I was like, "Here, check this out. Like, here's my weed." And he's like, "You know what? I would," dude, shit still fucks me up. He goes, "I would much rather somebody be driving around drinking a beer than smoking weed. I fucking hate weed." I'm not even kidding you, dude. He literally told me he would rather somebody drive drunk than drive high. And then he goes, "Take your pick. If you want a ticket, just keep your shit. If you don't, like, pour out the beer and stomp out the joint." I poured it out, stomped it out, and he gave me a ticket anyway, of course.
Right.
But like, dude, that's my thing though. Like, who in their right mind would say I'd rather somebody drive drunk than drive stoned? Like, come on, dude. And I ain't making that shit up, man. Like,
Oh no, of course not.
that was a good at least 10 years ago, but that's my point. It's like, it's so backwards sometimes. I don't know if he had a family member that whatever, but
Overdosed on marijuanas.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
he was 12 years old, took a hit and killed himself. Like, get out of here, bro.
Right. He was the first school shooter when he fucking took a hit of marijuana.
Yeah, he was pre-Columbine.
Right. Yeah, his name was Joe Columbine.
Anyway, I just thought I would share that story because, I mean, I couldn't make that shit up if I wanted to, bro.
Right. I don't. I mean, personally, I don't think that like. I mean, I guess when I was growing up, it's probably different now. But like when I was growing up, I felt like. I mean, I feel like they didn't really educate cops enough on like certain situations, and like like you were saying, if you have a fucking joint roach in your ashtray or something, like to walk up to you and like pull their guns out and shit and write you tickets, like this shit is like legitimately harmless, you know. I could see like we had a bunch of needles sitting on the passenger seat floor, you know, like that's fucked up.
Well, let me give you another story. So here I am. I just got my driver's license. You know, I had the permit when I was 15.
Wait,
I was probably just turned.
People?
I'm sorry.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Always.
How often do you get pulled over?
Actually, not very at all. Really, I don't. I'm just talking about when I was a young teen.
Oh, okay. I've only been pulled over twice.
Yeah, no, I really don't get pulled over much at all. But so it's like here's check this out. So I'm like 16, just got my license, right? I'm driving my friend home from school that we went to the same school and all that shit. And so some kid is like randomly, you know, like say there's a sidewalk on the right side. And so this kid has a skateboard and did an ollie, but his fucking board slipped out in front of my car. Okay. But like I was at a stop sign and stopped and he got his fucking board and all that, right? And it's cool, whatever, because you know his shit went out into the street.
Was it a longboard?
No, it's just a regular skateboard, dude. Like his shit fucking went out into the middle of the road. But thankfully I was at a stop sign like before that even happened. But long story short, so next thing I know, a cop's behind me. And my buddy, like we're for some dumb reason, like we're finishing up our lunch or whatever that we had from school. My buddy throws an orange peel out the window, right? Boom, we get lit the fuck up. We get lit up. I pull over, and this is probably my first time ever being pulled over. And I was so dumb, I got out of the car, like, and the dude fucking slammed me against my car and elbowed the fuck out of my ribs. And he's like, don't ever get out of the car. And I'm like 15, 16, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. And he goes, where the fucking drugs at? I'm like, excuse me. Another cop gets out. Where the fuck are the drugs? We saw you throw something. And I'm like, oh, my buddy threw an orange peel out the window if you want to check, but it's probably a mile back. If you want to check it out, that's cool, whatever. And he goes, I will. I'm going to check it out, you know? And they're strong arming the fuck out of me. Now, guaranteed it's because I'm like 6'3" and I look bigger and all that, but I'm 16, you know? Now this motherfucker drives back like a mile up the road to check it out. Sure enough, no drugs were thrown. He comes back. The other guy's like, what did you find? He's like, it was an orange peel. I was like, I fucking told you to. This shit's retarded, bro. They're just looking for shit. But I probably wasn't a great driver at that point either way.
Right.
I'm just saying, dude, it's like, where are the drugs hidden? I was like, well, if you're really doing your job, you'd notice that, like, he threw an orange peel out the window. I don't know any kind of drug that looks like a fucking orange peel.
Right. You just literally threw out fucking like.
Well, Guess what? He took me to court. That motherfucker took me to court.
For what?
No, it wasn't for that. The reason quote unquote, the reason they were following me is because they thought I didn't give the pedestrian the right of way when his stupid fucking skateboard went into the middle of the road. Even though I was stopped at a stop sign like at least 500 feet, before him. It was just some dumb shit, and I tried to defend myself, but then again, I was 16 and whatever, I had to pay a fine. But it's just some dumb shit. Like, I don't know. Those cops have been cool with me sometimes, but for the most part, they're just fucking they're just grasping for a reason.
Right. Well, they want you to be their big bust, and then they could be sergeant and make like extra $2 an hour.
It's fucking up.
It's just crazy how that shit works, man. All right, well, I guess Evil fucking rage quit because I was dominating him. So, either way, here, I'll play a fucking banger for you guys. I guess that I'm gonna get off here. I will play one banger. That's it. I'll play one banger and then I'm out this bitch. Here, let me go to the thing to share. Oh wait, shit, I gotta turn the shit up. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
Call it freestyle, but this ain't no freestyle. Shit so fly, had to write this shit down. I'm a real nigga, I won't do my niggas right. I'ma take a shit, I'ma walk in lost and fraud. But this ain't no freestyle. Driving down your block, bitch, I'm rockin' golden black. You ain't from the hood, I just seen your cul-de-sac. Pistol turning nigga from a human to a stat. You saying that you bang pussy, let me see you stat. I don't fuck with niggas by the way they like to act. Heard that nigga mad, I got a plan over that. Exploding for his chain, he won't never get back. Last nigga tried me, he ain't never come back. West Palm Beach, Okeechobee to the ocean. South Florida boy, real nigga stay in motion. For the president, that's why I never even voted. I just fucked the bitch and then I got her ass deported. Oh, that's your bitch, please don't even get me started. Bitch, I'm from the South, I will take your credit card. Buy 50 day, you'll probably find out tomorrow. Swipe, 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 it ain't really that hard. Call it freestyle, but this ain't a freestyle. Shit so fly, had to write this shit down. I'm a real nigga, I won't do my niggas right. I'ma take a shit, I'ma walk in lost and found. And my dick harder than a rock on a Pantera. Bitch, I'm rockin' out, I think I'm Carlos Santana. Gotta show my Florida, they sold out in Atlanta. And my money blue, like I'm rockin' double denim. Got a little Cuban name, that little bitch from Havana. Me and Speedy trained her, she thought we got no manners. Once I'm done fucking, I'ma disappear like Sam. Bitch, I'm from the beach, I just fucked the bitch from Tampa, nigga. It's all your flesh, and I'm at your throat like a motherfucking neck. It's in the league, cause I had to get that check. If he talking down, he can talk and spit their west side. Yeah, I'm gone just to slide. Party niggas mad when I pull up, then they hide. Nigga, I'm the Reaper and I'm creeping through the night. Bullets on my house and you ain't coming out alive. Shout out Speedy, nigga. West Palm Beach, this shit. From the mud to the ocean, everybody stay top, nigga.
All right, we out.